Welcome back to the first winter episode of Lombardi Sweep. It's snowing in Wisconsin. It's not snowing in Texas, I assume. I'm
It is
guessing
cold
it's warm.
today. It's cold today. Cold, quote
What, like
unquote.
79 degrees?
Trevor, enough with the Fuji face. It's quote unquote cold. It's 50 degrees. Tomorrow it's gonna be 30. Okay.
That's cold. 30's cold. I mean, that's what it is here. But we got snow. And can you imagine the Fuji face on Trevor when he has to shovel first time every year? It's got to be insane. It's got to be incredible.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, for sure.
Says the one wearing a robe. Know your role.
This is my Hugh Hefner area. This has nothing to do with Ebenezer Scrooge.
You know what is
Jada's
a great
the laid
invention?
back one on the show. What's that?
Is the snowblower.
It is. Last year was the first year I used a snowblower.
Well,
I felt a little like I didn't earn it.
Yeah. It's kind of like shoveling is like you're playing outside, and a snowblower is like you play in a dome.
That's true. That's true.
Convenience.
I did chop up an extension cord in the snowblower last year. I
That's
almost
fun.
quit. I almost threw the snowblower away. Like this was the biggest waste of time of all time. I'm not a snowblower guy. I don't think though. You are?
And I'm not gonna say I am, because I do like the grit of the shovel, but it makes things a lot easier.
I want like
Are we talking to
a
Luke?
4-wheeler or something to plow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want that. That feels like old man status, and I'm ready to go. Like you get that padded seat or something. And you're just out there. I'll plow neighbors' driveways. I'll be that guy. That'd be fun. Be a good time.
I
Luke's
think
the one
I'm
on the
gonna,
top right. If you didn't know by the camera angle.
yeah, I think I'm gonna do the rest of our shows like forever like this. Like, what's the show with? Is it Home Improvement where you can only see the neighbor's eyes? Like, I kind of want to do the reverse of that.
I think
All
it'd be
Which
good.
is like Powerpuff Girls, where you could only see the bottom of their bodies.
Right.
I think it'd be fun if each 4 weeks in a row it's zoomed in on a
One of us?
quadrant of you.
Oh.
No, a quadrant of Luke, and then after 4 we can kind of piece them together for a full face.
Okay.
And then
But a quadrant of Luke's face, not his body in general. I don't want one episode with Luke's left shoulder. You know.
That'd be an interesting experiment if we can somehow paste it all the way. I mean that's not bad. That's up there. That's pretty good. That's pretty.
That's
solid.
your right shoulder though, so
This is my left shoulder.
that's a problem.
Oh, by the power of technology, that looks like you're right.
Left hand.
Looks like you're right.
Yeah,
I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell
it
you.
looks like you're right.
I'm
You're a
telling you.
witch. This is great for audio listeners.
It just reminds me of Batman. I don't know why. It just reminds me of Batman just seeing the bottom of his mouth.
I've never seen Luke and Batman in the same place. I think that's true.
True. You blow my cover.
My bad. So this is kind of Lombardi Sweep. We're coming off just a destruction of the Chicago Bears. I mean, just look at any Bears fan. If they're still Bears fans at this point, they're as crushed as they've ever been. That's because the Packers took care of business. Nothing weird to talk about from that game. Everything went as expected. Janet wasn't on the show last week, though, so I assume went everything as you expected it to, right?
Yeah. I was hoping a little bit more because we started pretty quick and it started very efficient and then it slowly declined and declined and declined. So I went from very positive, very unstressed to extremely stressed, the most stressed possible, like the Packers always do to us. So I guess I should have expected it. I don't know. But yeah, it was just very high blood pressure game.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's just the same thing. I can't do this. It was just the same thing. Every single Packers Bears game, right? There, you know, Bears feels like they. I'm not gonna say they always outplay because there's been times where Packers have absolutely demolished Chicago. But anytime it feels like Chicago's in, like go back to those Jay Cutler days, right? Chicago came down to the end, 2 minutes left, and Jay Cutler would throw an interception. It happened every single game. You move on to that. You move on, and now we're in the Caleb Williams era where Chicago absolutely should have won that game. No reason the Packers won this game. and they won on a blocked field goal. The Bears are in part of these franchises. They're like with the Browns and the Jets, right? Where no matter what they do, no matter who they add to their team, no matter who's coaching, nothing's ever going to go right for them. And I fucking love it. It happens all the time that all this fucked up shit happens, especially against the Packers. You go to that 4th and 8. You go to B.J. Raji picking off Caleb Haney and running for a touchdown. You go to a blocked field goal on no way that the Bears could lose that game last week. It's so fucking funny every time. And I've said this. This is the ninth time that we've done this after the Bear game. It only gets better, man.
I will say there's a lot of Bears fans talking about how this franchise is cursed. That's one of my least favorite things any sports team say. You're not cursed. You earned this. You deserve this. Like, it's not a curse when you just suck. Like, you're a loser and losers lose. Curse is something completely different. A curse is something Janet might pull out of you in that robe while she works something up there. It feels like that's what she's working on. Yeah, there's a little, little mini head thing, little voodoo.
Well, and here's the thing about curses. If the Bears are cursed, they're the stupidest fucking franchise in the nation. Because if you are cursed, change something. And they do the same thing every year. So it's like, even if you were cursed, which you aren't, change something. I don't know. Get the old lady to stop owning the team when she should probably be in hospice. Maybe get a coach for your quarterback instead of firing him after 1 year and having a quarterback learn a new scheme. Like, it's really simple.
Yeah, stupidity isn't a curse; it's a choice. That's what the Bears are. I feel like I need to put you in this corner, Luke, like we did before. You're kind of like the Teletubby baby again. Kind of very zoomed in. A lot of things going on there. But yeah, Bears losing is always good. The other thing, like, Packers blocked that field goal. We shouldn't pretend that wasn't the penalty, right?
Correct.
In fact, there's 2. Packers got away with them, and fuck the Bears. They deserve it. But can't hit the long snapper.
No.
You can't push your teammate through the line. 2 things there. But I digress. I was told, I was cited on Twitter. I said this. Packer fan brought up the rule, highlighted it, and said the long snapper was moving upfield, so it wasn't a penalty. I'm like, it's a field goal. Why is he running? He's not upfield.
But you know what? Tell all the Bears fans that are like, it was a penalty. Caleb Williams' throw on 4th down, that back shoulder bullshit, there's no chance that should have been completed anyways. So you know what? Ball don't lie. It's like like the Bucks Pistons game, Luke, when the Pistons player got a phantom foul and then he missed both free throws. Like that's what you deserve. You deserve to get your field goal blocked if you do some dumb shit to get a field goal.
So shout out Rasheed Wallace. Ball don't lie.
But you're the Bears, so you deserve all the bad things. So
Correct.
Every time. Only other big takeaway I have from this game is Lucas Van Ness continues to do absolutely nothing. Like, he's someone the Packers need to get going to do something. They traded away Preston Smith, and he played then Van Ness played just over a third of the snaps and did nothing with them. He had 1 tackle.
Boo.
That is it. Like, he's got to do something, man. People are starting to recognize these first-round draft picks aren't doing jack shit right now. If he starts playing well, he's the secret to this Packers defense. If Van Ness can start getting after quarterbacks, this defense becomes elite, in my opinion. Because right now, I mean, Enigbar is the only pass rush threat they got. And then some interior guys, but not Rashawn Gary, obviously, not any other edge. They need Van Ness to start doing something. And he can. He's talented. He's not first-round talent, but I think they can do that.
That kind of talks on one of my main takeaway. I think Tom Brady absolutely sucks his job, because he was glazing like the Packers need somebody else to help the pass rush. One of these young guys to help Rashawn Gary. Like, buddy, we need Rashawn Gary to help Rashawn Gary too. Like, help. Come on, man. Like, look at that too. Like, Lucas Van Ness hasn't been good, but like, act like Rashawn Gary's is all pro. Like, come on, Tom. You're better than that.
You're not wrong, but trading away Preston Smith creates more double teams on Rashawn Gary. So even if Rashawn Gary hasn't been playing well, a very large part is to Rashawn Gary's fault, right? He's been given more one-on-one blocking than people are wanting to give him credit for. But now if there's 2 people blocking him, like, now he's really not going to do anything. Like, they need a threat on the other side. They need it. That's why you see these championship teams trade for pass rush. I understand Preston Smith actually requested a trade, and for the first time in Packer history, we did right by a player of trading him. But that should have been a thing where we trade him away and we trade for Jadeveon Clowney, or we go after a player like that. And that's why we need Van Ness to just play more snaps and then play well with the snaps. Please. Okay. I
Hey,
assume nothing else from this game, Janet?
Trevor, they want to know who you are.
That's true. Let them know. Let them know, Trevor.
I'm Matt
Okay.
Eberflus's #1 fan.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Okay, so the week that we've all been dreading a little bit, but suddenly it doesn't seem that bad. Packers play the 49ers. Packers are at home, and the 49ers are playing terribly, and they're extremely injured. So either this is the time the Packers get one over the 49ers, or we are their spark for the rest of the season. And that's kind of what the Packers are facing this week. That is also a big reason why, and we talked about it last week, Packers may have been overlooking the Bears a little bit. That was certainly a trap game as they look past the Bears to face the 49ers, because this is a big week. Injury report, though, looks relatively okay, I would say. Only DNP was still, unfortunately, Jair Alexander out with a knee. He is not. People are turning on Jair Alexander because of these injuries, but boy, he cannot stay healthy. Other people who were limited was Kenny Clark with a toe, Cooper with a hamstring, Jacobs with a quad and a calf. Jenkins had a rest day, Josh Myers with a wrist, Rasheed Walker with a knee, Evan Williams with a hamstring, and Colby Wooden with a shoulder, so relatively healthy. The other player who's not going to show up on the injury report because he was put on the NFI, I believe, the non-injury, is Marshawn Lloyd, now finally back from injury, and then he has appendicitis, which is
Tough
the
luck.
biggest bad luck of all time. Yeah, what the hell, man?
I have a funny
That
story about
sucks.
appendicitis.
It sounds funny already. I'd love to hear it.
So I went to the University of Wisconsin lacrosse, where the major party there is Oktoberfest, right? And I had one of my buddies who I've known forever played basketball at Eau Claire, and he came down, and all of a sudden, like Friday I cooked up food, and Saturday during like lunchtime, he's like, guys, I don't feel very good. Like I don't know that I can go out. And they're like, whatever, you pussy, you're fine. Come on, come drink with us, whatever. Like, no, I can't. So then he slept in my bed all day. Finally, we get back from the bar or whatever, and I kicked him out of my bed. I'm like, no, you got to go like sleep on the living room floor or something. He gets back to basketball practice, and his fucking appendix like exploded, and I still feel absolutely horrible about it.
Because you made us sleep.
I made him sleep on the living room floor.
Good thing he's alive, honestly.
Right.
You were like,
correct.
stop whining, sleep on the floor.
Although,
Right.
you know what? I think you're the good guy in that story. Because if you didn't kick him to basketball practice, if it would have burst, he might have been fucked around drunk guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
not
that's
wrong.
true.
You were really playing with fire there, but good guy, Luke. Good job.
Yep.
Good job. You somehow got your way out of that one. Okay. So Packers pretty healthy. Niners not healthy. Aside from their season-ending injuries and all of that, they have Bethune, linebacker, didn't practice, knee injury. Nick Bosa didn't practice with a hip and oblique injury. Real chance he does not play. That hip
Nice.
injury is a bad one. Kevin Givens, D-tackle, groin, didn't practice. McCaffrey is getting his rest. Didn't practice. Trent Williams, an ankle, didn't practice. He's certainly not healthy. And then the limited ones are nothing, but Cowing, concussion. I think he's actually going to possibly come back. Doesn't matter, though. Feliciano, guard, knee. Brock Purdy, shoulder. And Travarius Ward. Not often you see a limited participant due to a personal matter. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Usually it's didn't practice because he was gone with a personal matter, but limited is interesting.
So
yeah.
the big one there, right, is Nick Bosa. Right, because he is a game wrecker. He's a guy who can like single-handedly win games. I love I like Nick Bosa. I think he's a great player. I love this for the Packers, man. If Jordan Love gets that extra second, We've seen Love being able to sit back and let guys get open and then just hit them when they're open. Without Nick Bosa, that is a strong possibility in this game.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, if you have time against the 49ers, they rush 4. Their whole defense is built on their front 4 getting pressure.
Right.
So if they don't get pressure, they're screwed. So yeah, if Jordan Love has time, awesome. My whole worry with Zach Tom is if he had to face people like Nick Bosa, who's extremely athletic, but then big and long as well. If he doesn't have to see him, and obviously Rasheed Walker is kind of a liability on the left side, but if they don't have to see a Nick Bosa who's 80% or more, that's incredible. Like, yeah, I don't. That helps the Packers so much. And then Trent Williams probably will play. Like, he fights through these things, but him not being 100%, like, he's a guy you can get a quick step on. He's a guy that a Lucas Van Ness could actually figure stuff out against, I think.
Yeah.
He's not what he used to be. Trent Williams still one of the best linemen in the league, but he can get got by quick guys off the edge, and Van Ness could do that, I think. Clipnex and Guler, love that you have 2 YouTube accounts. That's pretty cool. Keep spamming it. Go for it. I don't care. Anything else about these injuries? Not. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's clearly not 100%, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no chance he can be 100%.
It seems pretty. I mean, he hasn't gone for 100 yet, right?
Right.
So, I mean, we always have flashbacks to the Packers giving up 200-300 yards on the ground to the Niners, and this feels like a Niners team who's not even capable of doing that.
Yeah. For the first time in like the Packers 49ers, I guess I'm not gonna call it rivalry, but matchups of like this kind of end of Rodgers, start of Love era. Like you're kind of questioning, where is the production going to come from San Francisco? Like going back, we knew that Raheem Mostert was going to run for 1 trillion yards. We knew that Brandon Ayuk is going to be a stud. We knew that George Kittle is going to be a stud. I mean, these guys are all banged up now. Like, where's production coming from San Francisco to score probably more than 24 points is what they're going to need to do to win this game? I don't know.
Yeah, their defense has too many injuries to think that they're going to stonewall the Packers. Like, I don't think that's possible. Packers should be able to run the ball against them, and if the Packers can run the ball, basically everything is opened up. So definitely a matchup that I feel like the Packers don't need to be over afraid by. I don't think we need to be intimidated by this team. So I'm excited for this game. This is going to be a fun game because, again, like I said, either we put the nail in the coffin or we're going to be the catalyst to a historic run. And I'm excited to see which one it is.
Yeah, you're right. Either San Francisco's done or the Green Bay is the first scene on the Super Bowl DVD.
Now, this might be a bold take, a really bold take. Does this game really matter? Like, Green Bay is going to make the playoffs. They're not getting number 1 seed.
Is that the show?
I mean, does it? Like, for San Francisco, are we thinking they're not going to make the playoffs even if they lose this game?
Yeah. I mean, let me look at the standings just to like fully talk it out. But I mean, so they're just their division right now. They're last in the division with a 5-5 record. Obviously, Cardinals are first in their division with a 6-4 record. So they lose a lot of the tiebreakers, but they're only a game behind. Their only path to the playoffs, I think, is through their division, though. So if they lose another game while Arizona, the Rams, Seattle, I mean, obviously Arizona or Seattle is going to win or lose. I just don't think this Niners team's very good. If they lose another one, they're going to implode.
Never mind. I just saw they play in Buffalo next week. So, yeah, I answered my own question.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of between you.
But if the Niners win, sorry, I'll let you go. But if the Niners win this, they're running for 200 against Buffalo next week. For sure.
Yeah. I'm
Trevor, you can run for 150 against them. Buffalo can't stop anybody.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you guys. I'm kind of actually between you. Like, San Francisco's the team where, right, they have good players. You don't want to see them, but to your point, Zach, they got to start winning games here pretty soon if they want to go on any sort of run. So I don't necessarily agree that they're slotted in as a playoff team here, but I don't necessarily agree or disagree with I don't want to play San Francisco because they probably still are one of the better teams in the NFC.
The Niners used to be this team with these incredible studs, these superstars that everyone talked about, and then they had really good players around them. And because of the injuries this year, it's just they have these studs who are older and a little bit more banged up, and then all of those surrounding guys got injured.
Yeah.
So it's like they're a shell of themselves. They don't have any depth. Their defensive line is not good. It's not even like mid.
Yeah.
It's not good at all. So if they don't have pressure, they're fucked because they have
Well,
one good corner.
They have
Lenore.
Devonta Campbell in coverage, so that helps them.
Yeah, he's not great in coverage. He's been
He's
good
been
at stopping
bad.
the run. Well, yeah, of course. I've been told by Andy Herman that he's a very good coverage linebacker. I didn't see it, but I might be wrong this game. Who knows? Never know. But yeah, okay. Keys to victory. We've kind of been talking about it the entire time, I suppose. I will say the Packers are favored though by 1.5 points, and the over/under is 47.5. But 1.5 at Lambeau essentially means sportsbooks view this as a pick'em.
Yeah, I mean, are we doing keys to victory or are we doing game pick? Whatever. I'll give them both.
Both.
Right, a key to victory is Love can't throw a turnover here. Like, this is a very winnable game for the Packers. The offense cannot lose this game. You go and you score points. This defense is not nearly as good as it was the last couple of years, right? I said before, like, I think if you score over 24 or more points, I think you can win this game. They have it 47.5, 1.5 point. Like, that's exactly, like, it feels like a 24-23 game to me. But that it comes down to, who makes that turnover. And as we've seen it so many times throughout this year, I don't know if he's still leading in interceptions, but like if Green Bay does not turn the ball over in this game, they win the game. And I know that's kind of easy to say, but against a team like that, you can put the nail in a coffin of a team that's been your kryptonite for the last 6-7 years. It would be an incredible win if they could get away without that turnover and putting San Francisco away.
To your point, Green Bay is tied for third this year in takeaways per game. And so for giveaways per game, San Francisco currently is kind of in the bottom third of the league. They give away they have about 1.3 giveaways per game. So if Packers can win that turnover battle, I mean, that's something we always lose against the Niners. So that turns the game completely around. Janet, keys to victory, prediction, whatever you got.
Just take advantage of these injuries. I know it sounds terrible, but at this point, like if we see all these injuries from these really big players, just go out there and take advantage. I don't like playing the 49ers. It's just like I don't think any Packer fan does.
No.
It's just annoying. It's annoying, but I'm actually pretty positive about this game. I think we're gonna do fairly well, and if it's not a victory for us, it's going to be a pretty close game.
Trevor?
For what it's worth, since 2013, I think, the Packers are 4-1 in the regular season against the 49ers, 0-3 in the postseason. So regular season hasn't been a problem. The key to the game is Matt LaFleur getting out of his own damn way. He was awful. You could have put a golden retriever in charge of the Packers last week. They probably would have won by 10. He was a complete dipshit. He talks about how he has trouble coaching against his friends. Doesn't the regular season statistically, but he will fuck up this game. And the only question is whether it's bad enough that the 49ers get to win. After last week, I don't have confidence in him, but if he can, we talk about his script, Zach, you've talked about it. He has a good script. If he can stick to the game plan, not panic, and just trust in what he has installed, they're going to be fine. But if he panics, makes bad decisions, tries to steal points, it's not going to work out. So LaFleur has to get out of his own way, let the team do the talking, and they'll be fine.
I have to go.
Yeah. Okay. Go get your pie or whatever it is, or if you, whatever you got to do. Yeah. I if I had to give a gut call, I think Packers probably lose this game, but instead I'm going to forfeit my pick and give it to O's the Mentalist. If we remember, during the draft show on McAfee, he said the game of the year is going to be Packers versus 49ers. Now, go two ways. So if this doesn't happen this game, bet the Niners to make the playoffs, and then this matchup's going to happen in the playoffs. So he said Packers win this season 34-27. He said give or take a couple points. So that's
I
going
don't
to
like
be
that.
the game.
You know, Oz, you can't predict everything with accuracy and then say give and take a couple points. Either do it
But-
with your chest or don't.
But he said Packers win. He said high scoring game. Like if it's going to be like 35-27, whatever. If this is right, he needs to go to jail or something. Like he can't make predictions like this and then not face consequences, right?
You know,
But then
he's-
if it's wrong, we got to throw him to jail too because it's a crock.
True. Yeah, we here at Flurry Sports will be very loud. We need to be loud about whatever happens either way. Either it's going to be incredible or it's going to be terrible. But keep in the back of your mind, if the Niners do win, well, I guess you're right, though. Niners could still make the playoffs if the Niners lose here. In the back of your mind, remember, this matchup will happen again if the 49ers win this game. For sure.
I like to think just always as a kind of a bar here of how far we've come as a society. Like 300 years ago, he would have been burned at the stake for witchcraft, and now he's celebrated online every day.
And maybe this is something about me. I was where we should burn him at the stake. That's kind of where I'm at. Like I haven't gone much further. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. So like
That just means you're a football guy.
I am a football guy. I don't really care about much other than how you do anything's how you do everything. Remember? Said this last show. If O's is going to just be telling lies and just hope we forget about it, I'm letting you know I'm not going to forget. If you do anything that pertains to me, I'm going to remember that thing. I'm going to stow it away because I knew this moment was going to come. But if he gets it right, then he's just fucking duping everybody. Like he knows everything.
Yeah.
Then everything's real. Or the NFL scripted. We can talk about that too.
Or
there's something to be
exactly,
pissed off about.
exactly, and I think what he's done really smart. He's painted Goodell into a corner because now somebody asks him who's going to win the Super Bowl. He can tell who's going to win the Super Bowl. Now Goodell, you got to find a way to book it.
Boy.
You guys,
I don't know. I don't know if I want the Packers to win by that score. If I don't know what scenario I want to happen.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you guys seen Stevie Wonder recently? Come out and say that he
I know who hasn't for sure.
Oh, I don't know about that. He was talking to Carmelo Anthony.
Dude.
He's talking to Carmelo Anthony. Said I liked watching you play basketball.
Yep,
I
dude,
didn't hear
he's
that.
taken.
Have you seen the clip when he like grabs the mic stand
Yeah.
or like grabs stuff like when it
Yeah.
falls?
Shaq said he could see too.
I don't like
But
this.
Luke, what's your
what a
score
good
prediction,
gimmick
actually?
though. Has anyone
What?
asked him if he's blind?
Someone
I don't think
should.
so.
You guys, not to change the subject completely, but still kind of in the realm of blindness. You guys remember on American Idol when Ryan Seacrest tried to high five the blind guy?
Yeah,
It's so funny.
so good.
What did you ask, Trevor? I'm sorry.
What is your score prediction?
24-23, Green Bay. I'm going to go in line with Vegas here.
Yeah, that's fair. It's gonna be, man. It's gonna be a weird game. It just feels like something weird's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen to you're just not gonna know how you feel about it. Like Packers win and somebody bad gets hurt. It's gonna be a weird game where there's mixed feelings. I guarantee it.
I don't think I don't think even 49ers fans want this game. Like, obviously, they're good against us in the postseason, but, like, the last thing they need is a team that wants to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah. They're not entering an easy stretch right now, and they are in must win. I don't know. If I'm a 49ers fan, I don't know how to feel about this team right now. Like, they're fucked. And if they don't win this year, they're completely screwed. It's not like they're going to bounce back next year.
Does
Right.
Shanahan get fired
No.
if they don't make the playoffs?
No, they'd give him another one. There's too many excuses. And I think they're valid ones. There's just too many injuries. Maybe the defensive coordinator gets fired.
They've blown a lot of late leads.
Yeah. There has to be a scapegoat. Maybe it's the trainer. Maybe it's just an injury thing. I don't know. But I mean, they fire their defensive. They have a new defensive coordinator every year, anyways, because they just get a different job. So it's not like it's any different. I mean, maybe Saleh goes back there next year. You know what I mean? I mean, there's an endless number of people who it could be. Clip next. Shut the fuck up. Randy is our golden goose. He's a good old boy.
Kick him.
I have to. Can I just time him out? Yep. Put him in a timeout. You can use your other account, Cooler, I suppose, but you're in a timeout. So you quiet. Clip next. Shout out you, Randy. You son of a bitch. Best burrito we ever had. Let's go out on this. I'm a big breakfast burrito guy.
Gross.
No,
Really?
it's disgusting. Breakfast burritos are the worst.
You don't like eggs. You don't like eggs.
Breakfast burritos are garbage.
If I'm building my perfect burrito, you're doing a tortilla. You're doing
That's usually what most burritos have.
You're doing probably steak, right? Or I've been getting into brisket, which is good.
Brisket slaps.
Chicken's pretty good, and ground beef is really underrated.
You just listed all the meats.
ground beef. You want to take a stand for? Go ahead, take a stand.
You listed every single meat to put in there. Yeah, guess what? Meat is good, man.
I'm gonna take a stand for ground beef because you go to like a Qdoba, you go to Chipotle, you're never getting ground beef, right? You're always going for steak, you're going for chicken, you're going for brisket, you're going for something. I did ground beef just out of the blue. I'm like, I've never done ground beef before. I wonder how it's gonna be. Not bad. No, well, not good, but not bad.
That's not exactly an endorsement, man.
I feel like it just side, like nobody even gives a fuck about it. And I'm not saying anyone should give a fuck about it. What I'm saying is it's there.
What are you saying?
It's not the worst option imaginable. But it's once again, it's never going to be a prime burrito. It's probably about a 6.5 out of 10 most of the time with
Luke,
ground beef.
Let me ask you, if ground beef isn't the worst option, what meat is the worst option?
Big go. You can't name a meat there that's
that is the only meat you listed.
Easy.
That's bad.
No, well, I mean, like tofu and seafood and shit.
That doesn't.
Horrible.
None of that counts.
Which one at Chipotle or Qdoba is worse?
Out of what? Like the seafood for sure.
Do they have seafood there?
Don't they?
I think it's rotating. I don't think it's all the time.
I had no idea they had ground beef.
Yeah, and it's not bad.
To your point,
but it's not good. Right? So, anyways, you do the steak or the brisket, or if you have to, the ground beef. But we'll just take ground beef out of this. But if we're making the perfect, then you're doing the white cilantro lime rice. Then you're doing pinto beans, and then you're doing some spicy queso. You're doing some lettuce. You're doing some diced up onions if they have it. You're doing jalapenos. You're doing guacamole. You're doing pico. You're doing Mexican street corn. You're doing probably a medium spice on the salsa, and you're doing a little bit of cilantro on there, and that's a perfect burrito.
I am staunchly against pico de gallo and corn anywhere near burritos. We need to stop putting corn in this many things.
No,
it's disgusting.
It's the best thing at Chipotle. It's the best salsa one. I like salsa verde, but I think.
And you're putting shredded cheese on it as well. I'm sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah,
that's fair. I'm actually gonna say the best burrito I've had was a sushi burrito at one of the places. Big sushi burrito guy. It's like sushi roll, but it's just bigger and better.
No, I don't really like sushi.
But big ground beef guy, huh?
Oh well, no, I never said that.
But not really. I know, but you didn't really say much. Is the issue.
I said it's fine, but not really. It's not bad, but it's not good.
Okay. I mean, maybe we'll put up a poll. Do you think?
Listen.
You think ground beef's not bad, but not really, or?
It's not a bad option, but it's not that great of an option. I don't understand what you guys aren't understanding about this.
That just means it's an option, Luke.
Yeah, but it's not a bad option.
But
it's not great.
You know what's an underrated burrito? The Tex-Mex burrito at Quick Trip.
It is.
Sponsor us. That thing is good. Even their sausage pepperoni pizza burrito, not as good, but like Luke, it's not bad, but it's not great. But the Tex-Mex burrito is very good at Quick Trip.
They had another burrito there that I loved, and I forget what it was.
They had like a steak something, like a ranchero something.
No, that's not it. I can't remember what it was. It was awesome though.
Speaking Quick Trip, this is their new beer right here.
Mm.
Looks like I'm on an acid trip.
I know, it looks wild.
You had
Chocolate
the pink
glazer
lemonade-
coffee stout.
You had the pink lemonade dunkers.
I did. They're good.
Pretty good.
They might be my favorite ones.
Yeah, I like them and the lemon ones. Cherry
Yeah,
aren't bad
very
either.
similar. Cherry was very polarizing. A lot of people thought they tasted like Play-Doh.
Why would people know what Play-Doh tastes like?
I think
Luke,
you have any.
I'll-
Everyone's
I'll-
eating Play-Doh a little bit.
We gotta stop. Luke, you're telling me you have never eaten Play-Doh? Out of everybody here on the screen right now, you gotta be the most likely to have ever ate Play-Doh.
No, I'm not brain dead.
Okay, you got at least.
Luke, you're a
gotta know
long
what you're
snapper, man.
You know what's good? You know what's good is the Play-Doh ice cream.
What?
Wait, so you have had Play-Doh?
No, Play-Doh, the ice cream that's the flavor is called Play-Doh.
Did someone put a Play-Doh thing in
Look it
the
up.
freezer and you
Look
thought
it
it was
up.
a pint of ice cream?
Bring it up.
There is no way Luke has never ate Play-Doh in his life. There is no shot.
No, I've eaten sand.
Okay. I mean, I guess technically I have on accident, maybe.
Look up Play-Doh ice cream.
I am right now, and I gotta tell you, Luke, it's not helping your case.
What do you mean? It exists. It's blue.
It's blue. So is Play-Doh. Okay, Play-Doh ice cream.
No,
Just so
no,
you
no.
know,
No, Play-Doh flavor.
Why would you get ice cream that's Play-Doh flavored?
It's
Yeah.
not Play-Doh flavored. The flavor is
You
called
just said it's
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh flavored.
No, the flavor is called Play-Doh.
Luke.
Did I just have like a fever dream for the first 15 years of my life? It's like my favorite
think
ice cream ever.
Someone
yes.
said you Play-Doh. I don't know
Yep.
what to tell you.
I went to ice cream shops and got Play-Doh ice cream.
Dave fed you Play-Doh, buddy.
Images.
I don't. Was okay. What ice cream shop was it? Like a local one?
Yeah, like the Mog Pa ones.
Okay, then
You know-
maybe.
We need
It's like-
need to put out a poll if anybody's heard of
Yeah,
Play-Doh ice
that's
cream.
it, right there.
That's
it.
Superman.
It is
Yeah,
not.
that's
It's
Superman.
Play-Doh.
That's Superman. What are we talking about?
No,
I
it
get
doesn't
shit
taste
from
like
Luke
Superman.
so many
No.
times about Superman ice cream, and this motherfucker is eating Play-Doh. It's the same thing in a
No,
different
relax.
name. You idiot.
Time out. It does not taste like Superman. It's just the same color.
What's it taste like? Play-Doh?
No, there's like these
It's a Play-Doh
soft chunks
flavor.
in it. They're like chocolate chunks or something in it.
Of Play-Doh.
No!
I feel like I'm getting gaslit so much. There is no shot.
Yeah, Zesties. Go on to Zesties.
Play-Doh Swirl Blue Moon. Is that what that is? Is
I gotta see it.
It's just
Oh,
meant to look like Play-Doh.
Correct.
it's just
It exists.
So it's just Blue Moon
Well,
with different colors.
maybe, but they're called a Play-Doh.
So you're just like Blue Moon with pageantry is what I'm hearing.
Right there, Cedar Crest Play-Doh ice cream.
Are you seeing this or no?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not. Here, just
I'm still seeing the Google screen.
this.
In my childhood.
Dude, that is just
So-
Blue Moon with
ice
pageantry. man.
cream with cookie dough. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know. That's interesting.
No, we're not giving them a pass on this.
What do you
Absolutely
mean?
not.
You
It's
guys
Blue
told me
Moon
that I
with
was eating
pageantry,
Play-Doh.
man.
This is what I was eating. I was not wrong. You said I was eating Play-Doh ice
No.
cream.
You weren't wrong.
If you eat Blue Moon as a child, your opinions on food mean nothing to me.
No, hard disagree on that. Blue Moon
Who's
is
getting
probably top 3.
who's getting a 3-gallon tub of Play-Doh ice cream?
Luke is a kid, apparently.
Jesus.
So I've thought
okay.
about many times about getting the 5-gallon of the pink bubble gum, but I don't have a big enough freezer to store it.
Is there okay. Anything else we need to look up before we get out of here? Since we got the screen up.
You know what? Search up how many kids have ate Play-Doh. I want to see a poll. I want to. It's got to be over 70%, right?
No way.
Dude, a lot of kids were dumb eating Play-Doh.
Is Play-Doh edible? Yes, obviously, because everyone's eating it.
Who's
everything's
eating a
edible.
whole tub of Play-Doh? That is wild.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a second I really thought that's what happened with Luke. So I'm happy to know that that wasn't the case. Because it looks like a Ben and Jerry's pint in there, but it was just a tub of Play-Doh. But
The
no,
fact
it
that
was-
so many people have searched up if kids can eat this is very concerning.
well, yeah, because everyone's eating. It's salty. Everyone knows that. Everyone's eating Play-Doh. We all get it.
Not me.
Yes, you have.
No,
Don't lie
I
to
mean,
us.
I don't know. You've eaten a lot of bubblegum ice cream. I hate that. So you're just an ice cream guy, I guess. I don't
I
know.
like it. Who isn't an ice cream guy?
That's a good point. A lot of people would like rank it pretty low on their desserts. I think it might be my number one.
Yeah,
like, across the
libs.
board. What?
He said libs as in liberals.
Yes, okay. That's what
At first, I thought he was. At first, I thought he was talking about Libby Dune fans, and I was like, "This is a weird turn."
That would have been interesting. Trevor, were you shaking your head that ice cream's not the best dessert? What's the best dessert?
I don't think it's the best, but I think it's easily the most versatile. I don't think that's a question.
I mean, yeah. I suppose that or cake, I guess, or pie.
No. Ice cream.
This is where you're. Okay.
Although popsicles are pretty good. The
I'm
bomb
not a
pops.
popsicle. Bomb pops are pretty good. I used to be a lot more of a popsicle guy. I bought these like the cheap ass freezy pop things.
Those
like
are bad.
They're bad. Like 3 years ago, I got them cheap. I'm like, fuck yeah, they're gonna be a great little summer snack. And I've had like 3. I need to get rid of them.
Yep. I
Yeah,
did that this summer too. I bought a whole pack for like $2.50, and I ate 3, and they're still in there.
Yeah, they're not great.
Fudge. Now fudgesicles. That's where it gets fun.
Never
Those
been
are
a
good.
fudgesicle guy.
Oh,
I will say there is kind of a correlation of those freeze pops where you cut off the top, right, and it's all juice, so you got to freeze. That's what we're talking about. There's a correlation. Like as soon as you get your driver's license, you like stop eating those.
I'd say yeah, that's fair.
Probably. That's probably true. Actually, I don't know the full reasoning, maybe, but I think you're
Because
right.
you can buy
For
better
whatever reason.
snacks.
I guess. Were you guys Choco Taco people before they got rid of that?
I don't know why they ever got rid of them.
I've never had one.
They're pretty good. They're pretty solid.
It's my favorite taco.
Yeah, if Randy asked that would have been fair. Okay. I guess we'll get out of here on that. We'll be back next week. If you're still listening, God bless you. So become a member for fantasy football stuff. Go to the Fantasy Flurry on Twitter, or go to a bunch of different fantasy articles on Flurry Sports. You can find my Buy Me a Coffee link and become a member. And we might start doing members only streams, by the way, if we can. If we can get enough members in there, we can do members only streams. And then in the off season, we'll get more episodes, much like this, I think, where we answer questions such as favorite taco. Luke, do you have one?
Chocolate taco.
That's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I'm trying to think of something that's better than that. I don't know if I can.
Ground beef is not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Really? I'd like to hear more.
That's all I gotta say on ground beef.
I like Taco Bell ground beef is gross.
No,
That's all I can imagine.
I will stand on Taco Bell is the best fast food place. Everything that they have there is incredible. The ground beef is incredible. Everything's incredible.
I like Taco Bell. I'm just not their ground beef ain't it.
I like it.
Not for me. Right now they got that fry club back. $10 you get unlimited fries or whatever for a month. Pretty solid.
Yeah, good deal.
Great deal. Clip next. You good? Okay. So we'll be back next week.